Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us on the Wichita Real Producers Beyond the Pages podcast. We are here live in Trestle Media Studios with the incredible Troy Trestle. So Troy produces our podcast, and he also creates a lot of exceptional videos for other clients in the Wichita area, especially realtors. So if you're interested in starting a podcast, or if you're looking for high quality branding videos, then look no further. Troy is your guy. He is an excellent storyteller, and he can do that through video, and he can really help bring your brand to life. My name is Samantha Lucierini. I'm the host here on Beyond the Pages. We have our preferred partner, Will King of U.S. Mortgage, and his realtor guest of choice, Ashton Callison. So thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, you bet. We are going to talk about mortgages and working with your spouse and real estate and a little bit of everything in between. On that note, Will, start us off. Tell us a little bit about you, your business, and then why you invited Ashton.
I've been doing this for 20 years, and I've seen a lot of changes in this industry.
For sure.
And gained a lot of value from it. And I'll tell you, it's just a weird place right now, but it's a lot of fun too. It's a great market to be in, but it's also a challenging market to be in, which I really enjoy. But I've been doing this a long time, and I am looking forward to recreating every year a new self, where I'm rebranding, I'm pushing my Kansas Loan Man, I'm making sure that we're standing out as much as possible, creating new programs, creating new marketing venues, and making sure to promote new agents such as Ashton, who is killing it right now.
Yes.
And doing a wonderful job with her new crew.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you. So, Ms. Ashton, tell us a little bit about yourself, just your path into real estate, where you're at now. I know there's been a change. And yeah, just a little bit about that as far as the real estate industry goes for you.
So I've been in the industry for about 2.5 years now,
Okay.
and it has been an absolute roller coaster because
Yes.
the time that I entered real estate has to be one of the most chaotic times you could probably enter real estate.
Amen. That's true.
And I've learned so much really fast because of the time frame that I entered.
A lot of opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you didn't know how to write a contract 2 years ago, you knew it within a couple of weeks because you wrote so many.
That's right.
But it's been a really interesting journey. I entered it unexpectedly.
Okay.
Because my husband, he's in the industry. He was kind of wanting to do something else, but he didn't want to let go of our sales business. And I was finally at a point with our kids and just where we were at that I had a little bit more flexibility. So he's like, hey, you want to do this? And I'm like, sure. So I got into it. I jumped really just head first, and it's been crazy ever since.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah. I mean, what an opportunity to have been able to had the chance to write so many contracts and to really just solidify that knowledge and to know every paragraph, every page. You just were flooded with information, right? Drinking like through a fire hydrant, essentially. But that was really good. It really probably drove all of those points home for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Great
I would
foundation.
much rather dive in during a hot market than where it's hard to get anything.
Yeah. Yeah. You just have to adjust your expectations and continually, reinvent yourself and realign expectations for sure. So tell us a little bit about you and your husband now have your own brokerage.
We do.
Yes.
So it's something that it kind of been in the back of our minds.
Yeah.
But we really want to leave a legacy for our kids. And we're like, what better way to do that than to start our own company and just allow them to see what we're building and be a part of that.
That's right.
If they're not with a babysitter, they're with us.
Yeah.
And so they come to the office all the time and they actually get to see mom and dad at work. And
Yeah.
they have a pretty good grasp of what real estate is. And they're 10, 7, and 4. So that's really impressive.
What a gift. To
Absolutely.
give them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just to teach them the entrepreneurial spirit and the balancing of, this is real life, right? The kids are going to come with you and they're going to be in the back of the car for showings and they're going to hear these phone conversations and they're going to learn the etiquette and the rapport of relationship building. Like that's some really excellent real world learning right there.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that. Okay, cool.
That's amazing, actually.
It is. Yeah. It's a job well done, Mom and Dad. I like that.
Thank you.
All right, Will. So let's talk about, your industry and the success that you've experienced in the last 20 plus years. What does a typical day look like for you? I mean, I know it starts with tying your bow tie, and that is what you're known for. If Will's not wearing a bow tie, he must be deathly ill because this is your MO, and I freaking love it.
Love my bow ties. What can I say?
It's such a good thing.
Yeah. When I wake up in the morning, a lot of protein coffee. Got to have that. Got to get juiced. Have to have the energy to tie the bow tie.
Right. There we go. Yeah.
And then I hit the office. When I hit the office, it's just constant email, phone calling to begin with. A lot of return calls, a lot of picking up the slack. And then as well as doing that, sorting out, okay, what is my day going to look like? And I'll list out what my to-do list is for the day. A lot of times the night before, I'll also have kind of a to-do list. And of course, as we all probably do through the night, things come to mind, you email yourself. Yeah. So I have a list of my to-dos by the time I wake up to do that. So hit my to-dos, and then I start running my appointments as I need them. And then I'll add things as we go just to make sure to make the most of my time. But a typical day is a lot of texting, a lot of calling, and then putting out the fires as they come.
That's right. That's right. I know.
And they do come.
That's a repeating theme. I know, especially now, I'm sure. What is the craziest mortgage or closing story that you have?
Oh my goodness. It's a funny story. I've told this before, but it is probably the best one because I'm kind of a self-aware idiot. I'll put both feet in and then try to run, right? And so I was sitting, back in the day, I was sitting with a couple, and we were getting ready to sign some paperwork. And before all of the automation came with the e-signings and that kind of thing, and all the emailing, people actually did meet. We actually got together, right?
Yeah, wet ink. Everything was wet ink.
Yeah, wet ink. So this is after the Paperwork Reduction Act, which added 6 more pages. And we were sitting down signing about 20 pages on this application just to get all the information in before they even got a contract, before they even had a loan. That's what we had to do. And so I'm filling it out, but we're going through the paperwork, and I came to what was known as the Patriot Act. Now, the Patriot Act was an anti-terrorism act to say, hey, I'm signing this to say that I'm not involved in terroristic activities. Well, I try to be a funny guy. I try to make fun of the paperwork and have a lot of fun with it. Right. So I'm meeting with this couple from Iraq, and we're going through the paperwork. And one of my standard jokes with the Patriot Act was I would be signing, we'd put it out there, and I said, hey, this is the Patriot Act. You know what this is? You're not a terrorist, are you? So as I began to say that, I could see it coming out of my mouth.
Yes. It was like a train wreck.
I couldn't stop it.
Oh, shoot.
I couldn't stop it. And my face turns 4 shades of white.
Yes.
And I look over and I say, Muhammad, I'm so sorry. That's my standard joke. I say it to everyone.
Yeah.
That was not meant to be offensive. And he's signing. He goes, I got it. And he kept signing. Needless to say, I did not do their home loan.
Yes.
For some reason.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I know.
Probably one of my best stories, though.
Yeah. But that's okay. I mean, we choose our realtors because we align with them, or we choose, our whomever we work with for the reasons, right? For the reasons that we, and that's okay. But that also was probably a very valuable lesson. Yes. Where you just have to insert foot into mouth and move on. All right. I like it. What is your 5-year goal here with U.S. Mortgage in Wichita?
Well, to expand the company, I'm technically the branch manager there, which I manage myself, honestly.
Yeah.
It's hard to move loan officers around to a company because in our company, we are a mortgage bank, which means you have to take the mortgage test to work here. There's a lot of places you don't have to do that. So it makes it a little more challenging for a lot of people. They haven't taken the test. They're loan officers. They are licensed. They haven't had to do the test. And so it's so much easier to move banks if you want to make a move. So my goal is to gain a couple loan officers that know what they're doing, that already have a pipeline, that already have people to work with, that want to come over to a company that will provide a wonderful atmosphere with all the marketing materials you can even stomach and imagine, and provide them for you and your people, as well as give you a very nice pay scale to work with for your trouble. That's one of my 5-year goals.
Okay.
The other one is to just increase the number of referral sources that I work with as a whole, so that I have plenty of people in times like this when the market is a little different.
That's right.
And strange, and still be able to make friends and still be able to service everyone and make them feel like that they are the most important thing in the world, because, they really are.
They are. Yeah.
Everyone I work with is gold to me. They're gold, and not only just as a paycheck, but as an individual. I want to meet people. I want to make friends. I want to have relationship, and then I want to work together too.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a very relationship heavy business, especially in times like this where things are a little strange and the interest rates are high. First, there was no, there was no inventory, and now the interest rates are too high. And so those that have strong relationships are going to survive.
And if I have a strong relationship too, I can say something stupid like that.
That's right.
And get away with it because people know me.
Yeah.
And they just laugh at me because they know
they just roll their eyes like that's just Will. That's
just the way it goes.
Yeah, that's true. I know the relationships make all the difference. What is? And I know you kind of mentioned a little bit about this, but kind of expanding. What is something or some things that you would like our real estate community to know about you? Like when to use you, why to use you, what sets you apart?
Okay. Use me anytime. I'm here to be used.
Yes.
I think what really makes me different is accessibility, knowledge, and I think a little bit differently than a lot of loan officers. A lot of loan officers, they know programs and they're salespeople. Mm-hmm. They work good with people. They work good on the phone, and there's nothing wrong with it. That's what the job is. It's basically selling yourself to people and being able to put the program together and having a nice set of support behind you that can keep you compliant with all the new guidelines and everything that comes out. What sets me different is I look at each and every person that comes through that door. I look at them financially. Mm-hmm. So when they're doing a loan, it's not just a loan to me. I think more like a financial individual that's looking at the numbers and putting together a plan for them that not only helps them with the house, but if they're open to listen, say, hey, look,
here's some financial
we
strategy.
can do this.
Yeah.
This is going to do more than just your house. Putting money down, this is what it does for you. What if you did this? What if you did other things? How much more could this benefit you? So that buying a house where you're going to be for the next 10 years can not only help you find a home, but if done properly, could also help set up you financially for your financial future, set you up a little bit better so that you can make your next purchase a little bit smarter.
Yeah, that's tremendous. And that's really beautiful too, because people were overpaying for houses, right? They were waiving inspections and appraisals and all these crazy things, which I'm really glad is, for the most part, ended, I hope. But they, for those people that were overpaying $50,000 for a house, and now they're looking at things, they might be really upset with their loan officers and their realtors, right? For those, that might temporary greed, that might have been, or whatever you want to call it. So I think that's a really refreshing perspective and a really great strategy to be able to say, listen, I know finances, pretty well. I know the numbers, and that's a gift. That's just like a bonus. I just don't want to
mill people out. Yeah. I don't want them just to come through like a mill with just constant, line going in and out. You pre-qualify them, send them out there, pre-qualify them, send them out there.
Yeah.
I'm not really into that. I'd rather have a conversation with them.
Yeah. And I can see that. And I would, validate that I do see you on your social media, and you are, taking pictures of every single person that you help close, and you're going to every closing, and you are very engaged in the relationship aspect of that. And that's why you're here 20 plus years, despite the several ups and downs that you've experienced. Yeah.
Yes.
I like that. All right, Miss Ashton, let's go. Let's switch over to you. So I know 2.5 years in the real estate industry, one heck of a time to enter this industry.
Oh, yes.
But, and then Colt, your husband, was really the catalyst to bring you into this, which is really unusual. Usually it's the women that talk the husbands into coming, right? Because real estate's primarily women, but residentially wise. But were you always passionate about real estate? Had it always been a seed? What were you doing before you decided to take this leap into real estate?
Honestly, it has not always been a passion.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's just, I was more attracted to what can I do with real estate?
Yeah, like as a tool.
Yeah, because it's not that I work any less than anyone else, but the flexibility, the ability to take my kids with me, or just work at midnight instead of 5 o'clock. Like it's just, it's nice to have those options.
Yes.
Honestly, before I was either helping my husband be his admin, or I was just taking care of the kids. Yeah. And so this was a good outlet for me to get back into the workplace and just really utilize my drive that I have to work, because I love to work. I didn't realize how much I liked sales until I got into it. I never would have picked, I want to be in real estate. I actually wanted to be a lawyer.
I want to be commission based.
Yeah, I don't. Now
what crazy person thinks that?
Well, now I look at every other job and I'm like, that's what you make. And I'm like, well, if I set my goals right, I can make this in this amount of time.
In a month.
So I love doing that with my commissions and everything. But it was definitely
a lot of freedom.
Absolutely.
But a lot of drive.
Absolutely. And you have to be productive all the time, or it doesn't work. And it's not for everybody, but for me and my personality and where I'm at in life, it honestly was perfect. I never would have chosen it. Like, oh, hey, let's do this. But it landed perfectly.
I love that. Yeah. That's wonderful. That's really cool. So, who is doing more real estate, you or your husband? And are you guys competitive?
Okay, so that's really hard.
Here we go.
I know, this is a good step. Colt, I hope you're watching.
So we are both very competitive.
Good.
I feel like you would almost have to be to work together in this industry.
Good characteristic.
But we work differently. So I work a lot with buyers. And so my mindset's a little bit different than his. He works predominantly with sellers.
Okay.
And he's a numbers guy.
Okay.
I'm fun. And so, or I try to be fun.
It's a good balance.
And so, no offense, Will. You're a numbers guy too, but I think you're fun. But our drive, what drives us is so different, but yet we do have that competitiveness of who sold more this month or who are you talking to right now. And it's hard because in the market that we've been in, having buyers and winning deals has been really
very challenging.
Yeah. Yes. And so for the fact, if I could beat him, then I was like, yes.
Absolutely. See, that's how I would be. I would be like, love you, but I'm going to beat you.
Yes.
And that's in a healthy way.
Yeah. It's healthy because we're making money while we're being competitive.
And you're learning. And that's really neat.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure you learned so much. You probably didn't even realize how much you were learning when you were helping with behind the scenes things.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I mean, because every real estate deal is essentially different. They all have like a personality of their own, if you will. And being able to learn that end of it first.
Oh, yeah.
Because the sales, the relationship, that usually will just come naturally. You have it or you don't, and you do.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a really neat way, really unusual way to have entered the real estate and really have set yourself up for success. And
it was very handy being married to someone who's been in it and be like, hey, should I word it this way? Or,
because
that was very helpful.
Yeah, you can very honestly ask these things without having to worry about, judgment or, any of that kind of thing.
It was very helpful.
I like that. Okay. So outside of work, what do you spend a majority of your time doing? What are your hobbies? Who are you outside of real estate?
Well, I really like to shop.
Okay.
So I have to work a lot to fuel that hobby.
Yes, I understand.
And I have 2 daughters. So
boy.
Yeah. But
Mama
honestly,
needs a new pair of shoes.
Yep.
Yes,
and then if I get a new pair of shoes, they need a new pair of shoes. So yeah.
That's right. How old are your daughters?
10 and 4.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. And then my poor son in the middle there. But
okay.
Yeah, a lot of time spent with them and their activities. And we do a lot of family oriented stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. My hobby really, if I could pick just to do something free by myself, I would go shopping.
Yeah.
I'd redecorate something. That's what I like to do.
Yeah. That's your happy place. I feel you, sister. That's how I am too. I like that. But I'm sure 3 kiddos and being solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, both of you, it's time consuming, right?
It is. It's very
There's never going to
time-consuming.
be a perfect work-life balance. Yep. But you figure it out, and there's ebbs and flows in life, especially with young ones.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Outside, well, you've got 2.5 years of experience in this really incredible, crazy market, good and bad. But how would you describe the market, what you're seeing today? So we're in Q1 of 2023. How would you describe it today, comparative?
I would say the difference between now and what it was even the past couple of years is if you're buying now, you have to buy. Whereas before, I felt like the people that were buying were like, I can qualify for this. It's super low. Might as well buy.
Might as well because it's so cheap. Money's so cheap.
Exactly. And so that really created a conflict with the people that really needed to find a home. And so right now, there are still multiple offer situations. But the nice thing is I'll work with an out-of-state buyer and he doesn't have to go see 15 homes and put in 15 offers. He could see 1 or 2, submit an offer and get it accepted. So the market's definitely different than what it was even 6 months ago.
So normalizing a little bit.
Yes.
Right. And the people that are going to buy in high 6s, low 7% interest rates, you're right. They need to.
Yes.
And that's an excellent perspective. I hadn't thought of that.
Yep. They're definitely a more serious buyer.
Yeah, that makes sense. What purchase of $100 or less has been most influential for you, whether that's for professional or personally?
Those 40-ounce aluminum drink containers.
Yes.
I cannot think of what they're called.
Like the Hydro Flask?
Yes. Those things. Like I am a major Quick Trip fan. Yeah. And so as soon as those came out, I'm like, I'm bringing my drink with me wherever I go. And the fact that it's 40 ounces, I don't have to stop anywhere and get a drink. That has changed my life.
Yeah. Drink 2 of those a day and you were like super hydrated.
But
no, that's perfect.
Seriously.
And that's why I ask these questions because I love these hacks, and those that listen, Well, do you have any great purchases of $100 or less that have been, I would think bow ties. How much do bow ties cost?
I was just going to say my bow ties.
Bow ties, yeah.
My bow ties,
yeah. What about how quickly can you tie a bow tie now?
I've never really timed it, but pretty quick.
Well, you're lucky. I'm not going to make you untie it and do it on camera, but
I almost did anyway, just for the heck of it. But yeah,
because there's some men that can just never figure that out. Right. And they just always do the clip-ins, but you are legit.
I'm legit.
You are.
100%.
You are all the way tried and true, an honest bow tie.
Sweat, cussing in front of the
right.
mirror. It literally, when I got my first one, seriously, I had to YouTube it.
Of course.
I had to YouTube it.
Well, that's the beauty of YouTube.
Well, yeah, but I spent an hour not figuring it out the night before I was going to wear it. So I go into my office the next morning and my assistant, my old assistant, Danny, who retired, by the way, to be a mom.
Danny, yes.
Yeah, she retired to be a mom. I walked in, I said, Danny, We'd been together 11 years, you
Yeah.
know, so she's like my little sister. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't tie my bow tie.
Yeah.
Can you
Like,
help
I'm
me out?
starting
She
this
goes,
thing now. This is my identity.
I know. And she laughed. She goes, all right, boss, go in the bathroom. I'll be in there in a minute. You know, I felt like a little kid.
That's
I'm like,
right.
Okay, Mom.
That's right.
So I went and I said, dang it, I'm going to do this damn bow tie. So I went in front of the mirror twice, popped it, and that was it.
Got it. Yeah. So it was the adrenaline. It was I can't
was
have
the-
anyone help me do
My
this.
man card was in question
That's
on
right.
this deal.
Nailed it. Good job. Okay. I like it. All right, Miss Ashton, what failure or an apparent failure at the time has actually set you up for a lot of success or just brought a lot of learning for you?
I think way back when, and this goes to our new brokerage, we branched off and tried to do brokerage on our own, but we didn't have the mindset that we do now.
Okay.
We were very early into real estate. I was more just as an admin, and he was doing all the sales. And so when we broke off, it was very isolated.
Okay.
This time, we knew what it took to actually run it. And with me being in sales too, it gave us an idea of, okay, this is what we have to expect from other agents. I'm a guinea pig for everything that we learn. So it's like, if this is our new system, let's run it through your deals first. And so honestly, we tried doing a brokerage for a while, and then we went back to a brokerage, which was fantastic, is what we needed.
Yeah.
We needed to go learn a little bit more.
Yeah.
But now we're taking all the things that we did wrong there, and we're changing them with this brokerage. And so far, it's been fantastic.
I love that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So tell us about that. Tell us the name. Tell us a little bit about it.
Our brokerage is Provident Realty, and my husband is the managing broker. I do a lot of the back end stuff too with him, but it's mainly his thing, and I'm just an agent there. But
That's right. I bet you have a really good split.
honestly, he makes it the same for
That's
everybody. So he doesn't give me any special favors, which annoys me, but you know,
That's
that's
all
how
right.
it is.
The money still goes.
Yep,
It's all
it
right.
goes the same place.
That's
but
okay.
it's been an interesting journey. And honestly, we don't regret it one bit. It's
Good for you.
Yeah,
It's a timing.
it is.
And
Timing is
that's
everything.
beautiful. You know, and I really commend you and Colt for being able to try it and realizing, you know, that there was some limitations and a little bit of failure there, and to go back and, you know, and to not let ego get in the way. And
Right.
that is so huge. I mean, ego kills so many deals and so many, just, it's awful, right?
Oh, yeah.
And getting back to the place of the learnings and all of the tools and the knowledge that you need. I mean, that's tremendous. That says a
it's
lot
been-
about you guys.
It's been so nice having the responses from vendors and lenders, like the support, like you have
Yes.
when you've been doing it just that much longer, the support system of all these different people makes you, it just fuels you
Yeah.
to do what you want to do.
Yeah, it's the relationships. I mean, this is such a relationship driven industry. And that's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. All right, we'll keep kicking butt because next February we do a Power Couples edition. So there's that.
There you go.
Oh,
Okay. If you had a giant billboard in town, what would it say and where would it be?
Oh my word.
And this question is going to you too.
I would put it Northeast Wichita because that's
Okay.
my area.
Okay.
And
That's
it
your
would,
hood.
Yeah, it would say, oh my word, this is hard.
I know. Well, okay, we'll do this. Would it be real estate focused or would it be just another kind of a message or something that you're passionate about? Or I guess you
I
could
would
mix the
say, if you think you can't, you can.
two. Yeah.
Because there's so many ways to make it possible.
Yeah.
So many people come to me and say, oh, I can't do that because I have all this going on. And I'm like,
Well, then you're right.
if you want to think that way, because there's some
That's
days
right.
I think that, but here I am doing it anyways. So
right. It's a limiting belief. And if
Yeah.
you hang on to it, you're going to own it.
yeah.
So I like that. I like that saying too. Okay, William.
wow, that's rough. I
know.
I would, as analytical as I can be, I would probably just look at the most high traffic area I could find to put it there.
Going
I don't
smart
know,
on me.
Maybe downtown. I
Numbers
don't know.
guy.
Like Kellogg. Yeah, numbers guy.
Yes.
But as far as what it would say, gosh, that's tough. You know, one thing I've really embraced is U.S. Mortgage. They have the motto of helping you make it home. I would probably have myself on there with a bow tie on and a
Yes, of course.
microphone
Yeah.
and just say something about trying to help you. I'm here to help you make it home.
Yeah.
Wherever that might be, however that might
Literally
work.
and figuratively.
I'm here to help you make it home.
Yeah, I like that. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. What advice, and I'll start with you, Will, here, because this question will come to you too, Ashton. But what advice or what myths in your industry specifically would you like to debunk?
20% down.
Perfect. Great. Go tell us. Teach us. Let's go. Preach.
People still say that they need 20%.
You only need that for like an investment property, right? Or
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. It is such a myth. I need 20% down for a conventional loan. Oh my goodness. I can't believe anymore. I still hear that.
Yes.
That's so 80s. I mean, it's just, it's unbelievable. The percent.
That's our tagline. That's what we're naming this, Troy. That's so 80s.
That's so 80s. It's amazing. You know, you actually can get into a home for a first-time home buyer at 3% down on a conventional deal. If you don't want the MI and just have to ask the Kansas loan man about this, for another percent, if you have the credit score for another 2%, you can get in there without any monthly PMI.
Beautiful.
Which is the whole
5%.
myth about the 20% down. I don't want MI. Well, how about we just save a whole truckload of money, give you a little bit of a tax deduction, help you get the lowest potential payment in the world with as little money out of your pocket as possible.
I love that. Another reason to choose a lender who knows what they're doing, talking about, the tax incentives when you do things the right way. And real estate's the best way to keep more of your money and not give it to Uncle Sam. Okay, I love that. All right, Ms. Ashton, any kind of bad recommendations or myths that you hear about your real estate industry that you want to debunk?
I hear a lot of people that think they have to know how to do everything before they even get started.
Yeah. A lot of perfectionists and control freaks.
This is horrible. I hate trainings. So for me, this is not hard. Like, I did not want to go sit in every single training. I'd rather just go do it.
Sure.
And for some people that doesn't work. But if you think for 1 second that you have to know everything about a contract before you get started, you don't, because you're going to learn something about that contract with every single deal.
That's right.
Even if you think you know everything.
Yeah. Something will still come up that's a little bit different, a little nuanced.
So don't think lack of knowledge is going to...
Just dive in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Skin your knees, learn, keep moving forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I like that. That's excellent advice. Okay. All right. So before we wrap up, we're going to start with we're going to finish with a little bit of would you rather questions. And you can take this literally or figuratively. I might have to refine these as people well, I don't want to answer because I want to analyze this, and that's fine. But would you rather go to jail for a year or lose a year off of your life?
I'll lose a year off my life.
Okay. All right. Well, what would you do?
Do we have a choice of the time frame on either? It's like
again, here we go, right? I don't know. It can be anything you want. It's your answer. It's your scenario.
Lose a year.
Yeah. Okay. See, I would say okay to going to jail or prison for a year because I would eat really healthy. I would work out. I would read a lot. I would try to learn more skills. I would try to make the use of my time.
You would not drop the soap.
I would make friends with. See, I know you, so I think that's funny. I would make friends with the jailers. Who knows? I don't know. Would you rather live on a sailboat or an RV, or in an RV?
Oh. Probably a sailboat.
Okay. All right. I don't get that very often. All right, William.
Now there's an RV.
Yeah. Okay.
100%.
All right. That's fair. Would you rather go back in time or be able to tell the future?
Back in time.
Okay.
Oh, that's really tough. I think I'd rather be able to tell the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like Back to the Future, like Marty.
I would. Mm-hmm. Me and Marty. I mean,
you'd figure out when interest rates are going to dip again. And heck yeah. Yeah. I know. That's a tough one for me. A new build or 100-year-old home?
Oh, that's tough. A new build if it's custom.
Okay.
Like I
fair.
Get to pick everything.
That's right. Yeah. That's okay. This is your question. You can do that. This is your world. Okay.
Is it a redone 100-year-old home?
It can be yours, whatever you want.
Yeah. If it's a redone 100-year-old home, I might go with that.
Okay, that's all right. An updated 100-year-old home, so you have the newness and the characteristics. Okay, I got it. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
I have both. I'm torn because there's pain in the butt on both sides.
They are.
But probably dog, yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. I want to get a cat, but I already have 2 dogs, and my son is vetoing a cat every time I bring it up. So I guess I'll just wait. Would you rather lose the ability to read or to write?
Oh, probably write.
Okay.
I would like to be able to read.
So be able to read and consume and learn. Okay.
If I can type, write, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll lose that.
Okay.
Yeah, I type anyway, I don't write.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Well, yeah, you type on the phone. All right, guys. Well, Ashton, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to get to know you, and congratulations on all of your success in such a short amount of time. It's really cool. You found your niche. Keep on doing it, and just be cold for me. Okay. And Will, as always, it's so much fun just to spend time with you. And I appreciate everyone listening and viewing. So be sure to subscribe to our Real Producers Beyond the Pages podcast on YouTube so that you don't miss that weekly drop. And then also we are now streaming on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So we'll see you next time. Thanks so much.